Live.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Wells and Stars Talk podcast. I am your host, Wardang Sports, with my co-host Prescott Season, and we've got a lot to talk to you about today. Um, Thursday night will be happening soon while we record this. Um, we had a decent lead. I mean, some games went to plan, and some definitely didn't this past week. So I'm personally am really excited to dive into it today. Prescott Season, how are you doing, buddy?
I am doing good friend. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing so good. I am just excited to get right into it. Let's start with the first Thanksgiving. I'm excited, especially about a certain game involving the Panthers. But let's start with the Packers and Lions in our first segment of what happened in NFL Week 13. Well, the the Green Bay Packers topped the Detroit Lions 31 to 24 in a great showing by Jordan Love. Great being an understatement, throwing for 234 yards with good efficiency, 18 for 30, with four passing touchdowns.
That
And Jared Goff, a nice 256 for two touchdowns. I mean, this was a good game. Jamison Williams had an awesome receiving day, seven receptions for 144 yards and one touchdown. And I mean, this was just a shootout. Well, not a high-scoring shootout, but it was just a good game that was ultimately won by good offense by the Packers.
hmm that Toyota-thon Jordan Love really came to play today, didn't he? The amount of the amount of Toyotas that must be in that
Definitely.
that the amount of Toyotas that must be in that guy's garage are insane. But yeah, the real story is
Absolutely. Wait. What are you referencing? I don't get it. What?
It's a joke that Jordan Love only plays like an elite quarterback when Toyota Thon starts. Like just the entire
Oh,
it's the most
that makes
random.
sense.
It's the most random, like the entire month of Toyota Thon, aka December, he just absolutely turns it up and plays out of his mind. But I think the real story is they held Jameer
Oh,
Gibbs to 20 carries and 68 yards for about the second time in the last 3 weeks. The Lions' rushing attack has not been able to get going against above average interior defensive line play, and
mhm.
well, and yeah, and when you make Jared Goff just pass and pass and pass and pass, it ain't going to be like it ain't gonna go super well for you if you're Detroit, as it didn't go well for the Rams when Goff was in LA. Like, yeah, the stat line for Goff looks pretty dang good, but even still, the some of the plays that happened on Sunday or Thursday, excuse me, brother was getting hit a lot, and the pressure was you could tell the pressure was affecting him, even if it was a much better showing than it was on Sunday night against Philadelphia a couple of weeks back.
Yeah, I mean, in the words of and especially as someone, I mean, both of us are from the South, I believe, more so me than you. Um, as several Southern grandpas always say, run the dang ball, establish the run. And honestly, especially when it comes to the Lions, that has never been more true. And I completely agree with you with the fact that when Detroit can't establish a running game and they make Jared Goff win the game on his arm, that's that's pretty
Yeah,
It's pretty hard for them to win.
agreed.
So moving on, the other or the second Thanksgiving game of the day, you have a 31 to 28 victory for the Dallas Cowboys over the Kansas City Chiefs. An all-around good spread out offensive day by the Cowboys. I mean, Beck only passed for 2 touchdowns, but it felt like a lot more because of how much the Cowboys were spreading out the offense, and that's what you got to do against a team like the Chiefs. You have to use everything at your disposal. I mean, I'm going to let you talk about this, but I am very passionate about how your Cowboys played this game. You have C.D. Lamb with 112 receiving yards, George Pickens with 88, Jake Ferguson with 36, Ryan Flournoy with 34, Cavante Turpin with 28, Javante Williams with 21, and like you have a total of 27 receptions or 26 receptions among those guys spreading out the offense, and that's just the passing game. You also have 137 total rushing yards, 59 from Javante Williams, 47 from Malik Davis, and 33 from Cavante Turpin. When it comes to like when it comes to when you have to play teams like the Chiefs or good teams in general, you have to be able to spread out the offense and use every weapon at your disposal. And the Cowboys did that to a T. And the Chiefs came to play as well. I mean, Patrick Mahomes passing for 4 touchdowns, but it just wasn't enough for the. Honestly, the Cowboys are playing with their hair on fire right now. They're playing great football, and if they keep playing like this, and if they play like this on Thursday Night Football and onwards, like I just said, I think they could maybe squeeze into the playoffs. But that's what I think. I think the Cowboys played amazing football. They played winning football, and the only really mistake that I see is one interception for Dak. But I mean, he more than made up for it with 27 completed passes. So,
Yeah. And
what are your thoughts?
in defense of that Dak interception, I think he got hit by a blitzing defensive back. So, like, yeah, it was still an interception, but I do think it was affected by the pressure that he got hit with. But yeah, as you said, like the rest of the game outside of that initial interception, it's been just out of this world performances by Dak over and over and over again the last few weeks. Yeah, the rushing attack necessarily wasn't there for uh, Dallas on Thursday, but it didn't need to be when Dak literally just carried you the entire time. Like this was this was a gutsy performance that required this defense to do what it did, and that is getting a lot of stops on Patrick Mahomes. And from after the first quarter and into the fourth, the entire second and third quarter, they did not allow a single Chiefs score. And like, I'm gonna talk about the Chiefs too, but this was a fantastic performance. And in other scenarios, this would be a absolute game where you just get let down by the Cowboys. I've seen this happen multiple times where it's just, oh, we come off with a couple big wins, we're coming in with hair on fire, and we get absolutely wrecked. We get absolutely wrecked, and we came into this with a game plan, and after getting punched in the mouth immediately, the Chiefs just got punched in the mouth again and again. They sent blitz. They blitzed Dak basically every drop back that he had, and it didn't matter. Not at all. Everything that they tried to do. What was he like? 20. He was 26 of like 37 on a graphic.
He was
That I think
he
I
was 27 for 39 on passing. He passed. He complete like I said, he completed a lot of passes. And when it comes to like when if you're being blitzed that much, the best thing you can do is use your experience. And Dak is very experienced. He's one of the more experienced quarterbacks. It's surprising, but I mean I feel old saying it. Like Dak is starting to become one of the more experienced quarterbacks in the NFL. Not at the top, but still. I mean, you use that experience to calm down and see that the blitz is coming and hit your receivers as fast as you can.
yeah. But for the Chiefs, it's like people wanted those early KC teams back where it was exciting offense, just firing all cylinders, and they're back. But as Nick Wright said on First Things First, in a bad way, the defense cannot get. It's similar to those old teams. Defense did. The defense could not get a stop to save their life. When it mattered, they just got absolutely manhandled. And Utah, the line of scrimmage was a one by Dallas. After that first hit on Dak, which led to the interception, they pressured him like nine more times, and they were blitzing, and they could not get home at all. And Dak made them pay over and over and over again. And Mahomes is playing the best he's playing since 2022. This is the best he's played since the 2022 MVP season, and everything that just keeps happening to the Chiefs. You know that undefeated in one score games last year. The undefeated in one score games. They are 0-6 in one score games. The everything that happened for the Chiefs last year that
All their
hit.
losses, or most of them.
Yeah, the everything that came around for the Chiefs last year and gave them leeway, it's not there anymore. It's hiding. It masked a lot of issues with this Chiefs team. Bad drafting, which has led to a lot of mediocre players, terrible roster construction, and just, and while it didn't matter last year, it is showing its ugly head over and over and over again to this in this season. I still do see them making the playoffs. Mahomes is going. They can rattle off five straight because it is the Chiefs, and with Patrick Mahomes, anything is possible, especially with how he's playing. But right now, they are not Super Bowl contenders because I keep I said it multiple times now. They are not a perfect team, and they can't hide those imperfections as they've done for the last couple of seasons. They are behind the eight ball, and they need to figure out what to do once the off season comes.
Absolutely, absolutely. The Patrick Mahomes led Chiefs are not looking like what they normally have been. Moving on, the Cincinnati Bengals down the Baltimore Ravens 32-14 in what was just overall. I mean, Lamar didn't even play that horrible of a game. It was just the Bengals were on point, and so is their defense. And I feel like that if we see this Bengals team every single week, there might be something dangerous down in Cincinnati.
Yeah, but like I need. Lamar still has to be injured though. There's just no way that I can see this team being this bad on offense after being so unbelievable on offense last year, and their defense started being good again. But that, but here, but and you made yes, the Bengals defense has been playing better as of recently. You let them get 5 turnovers on you? 5? What? How? Like, there was no, you had multiple chances too. Like it was, and you just let Cincinnati get the jump on you, and you never could go back and get right. They got absolutely wrecked. I my jaw was on the floor the entire game, even though I should have saw this coming a mile away with how they were playing the past month. Like it was just a wake up call to a lot of AFC North teams that hey, but since he's only 2 games back, and if you can only win 3 more games, and since he wins out, and if those games allow Cincy go Cincy's way and getting into the playoffs, this is a dangerous team just because this team's defense is actually starting to look it's somewhat improved. And Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and T. Higgins are Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins. This was a reminder that, oh yeah, we're still a good team, even if our defense ain't perfect, a la a certain team that played another game on Thanksgiving. And if we make the playoffs, we might be able to punch somebody in the mouth if we have that opportunity.
I completely agree, and I just feel like, you keep saying punched in the mouth, and I know what you mean. The Mike Tyson quote: "Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth," and I mean, there was a plan, and we had the plans for the Ravens to win, and I mean, we got punched in the mouth. Both of us did when it comes to our pick'em, and I feel like the Bengals have the strongest chance to win out, in my opinion, but we'll see. Moving on, we have the best prediction from both of us this week. We picked the now number one seed in the NFC, Chicago Bears, over the Philadelphia Eagles. The Chicago Bears really, like, they established their rushing game a lot better than they normally do. Their rushing game was on point, rushing for a total of 281 yards. Caleb Williams is still playing winning football, but you got to cut out that interception problem, and got to keep, because I mean, people see interceptions just turnovers, but when you think about turnovers, think about the success that could come from just not turning it over. These interceptions that he throws could very well be more touchdowns or field goals or just extra points. And I mean, if he can get that under control, and I say that like no duh, but when you really think about it, it means more. And if he can get this interception problem down, and the Bears can keep establishing the run like they are and like they did this past week, um, there's very little that the Cowboys that the Bears will not be able to do.
Yeah, they should have won by a lot more. They should not have stopped running it with Kyle Monungai and DeAndre Swift. It was complete domination on that side of the ball. The Eagles could not stop it to save their life. They got bullied and bullied and bullied. And you talk about setting up, you talk about establishing the run. This isn't establishing the run. This is establishing a tank running through a minefield and not and the explosions doing nothing to it. The Eagles could not sniff a stop when the rushing game started. The entire game when the Bears ran the football, it was insane. I don't understand why they didn't run it like 70 times. They were close, like like 47 rushes is a lot total for a team. You might as well have never run it past it the entire game. It was that bad. You got owned completely. Like this was obviously it was a wonderful hate watch for me, but this this was not a this was one of the most confusing games I think I've ever seen, like legitimately. Not because it wasn't obvious, but because it's like, why didn't you win by 50?
Yeah, absolutely. Um, I mean, again, just, I mean, I keep saying the same thing. I agree with you, but we're both making good points. But yeah, I mean, if you just kept running with that, they absolutely would have just won by God knows how much. Um, but yeah, moving on. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers win a surprisingly close one with the Arizona Cardinals. And before I talk about the Bucks, I do need to give credit to the Cardinals. The Cardinals are a team that's 3-9, but could very well be 9-3. Like a lot of their games are just grinded out losses, and like they just got the crappy end of the stick, or they because of their own mistakes. Like if you clean up a few mistakes here and there, this Arizona Cardinals team is very good in my opinion, but they aren't playing like it. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, on the other hand, with a still, I feel like rattled Baker Mayfield, won the game. I mean, he only passed for 194 with one touchdown, and I mean, looking at this, this was a game heavily relied on by Baker, as usual, with only 95 total rushing yards of offense. And I just feel like that's way too low. I feel like when it comes, and I know Bucky Irving's still getting his grounding, but I just feel like Tampa Bay need when you have Bucky Irving, Rashad White, and Sean Tucker in your backfield. There are no excuses to not rush for at least 150 yards per game.
Yeah.
And I feel like I feel like that they did not establish the run to the best of their ability. And I don't know if that's because of the defense. I didn't watch this game, but I don't know if that was because of Arizona's defense or what. But I mean, just a grinded out win against a not very good team for Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers.
Yeah, like this game was unnecessarily close, but even when the Cardinals got that like last drive that they were gifted with, it's like, okay, they ain't driving downfield because that Drew Petzing offense is god awful. Like it's so utterly baffling, bro. I don't understand it. But again, I'm not even like I can't even like be completely like mad. Like it's so weird. Like you did win. You should have probably won by more, but it's obvious like this offense needs Mike Evans because it has not been the same since. And like it, are they still lacking Tristan Wirfs? I forgot. Or did he come back?
I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure.
But it even still like it just feels like everything that they're doing right now is not working, and the more it's going along, this team, which seems so obviously like a dark horse Super Bowl contender at the start, at like 7 weeks through the season, I don't think it can win a wild card game right now. And as I showed,
Hmm.
you earlier with my little playoff bracket, I don't think they're even making the playoffs. I don't. This team just completely confuses me.
I can, I, it's a weird situation down in Tampa Bay. But maybe they can pick it up. But they are definitely not playing like the team we saw against, for example, the Buffalo Bills. Moving on, the slowing down Indianapolis Colts fall to the burning hot Houston Texans. 20-6, the Texans defeat the Colts in Indianapolis thanks to really just a good rushing or score. Hold up, let me pull up the team stats before I say this. So all of their score, most of their scoring was done by the rushing game, but C.J. Stroud was still able to establish that passing game and get them down the field for those like low yard, high scoring, like like you'll drive down the field, maybe a couple rushing plays will get you some yards, but you inevitably run it with like 5 yards left to go. But I mean, just an all around decent game and grinded out win for the Texans. But the thing is with the Colts, look at this holding Jonathan Taylor to only 85 yards with the play that he's had this season is wonderful for the Texans and horrible for the Colts. And the Colts had 86 total rushing yards. Their only other yard coming from Daniel Jones. You cannot rush the ball that poorly with the back that you have. And Indiana Jones has played a decent game. He passed for 2 touchdowns, but the Indianapolis Colts are not looking like the top three team that I thought they were. And they are 8-4, and they started what? Hold up, they started like what was their record for a while? Indianapolis. Let me go ahead.
8-2,
Um,
8-1.
they started yeah they started 1, 2, 3, 1, 4. They started 7-1 before the Steelers game, and since the Steelers game, they are 1-3.
Yeah, third down in the game to start it. The game has officially started. Yeah, like, did you hear that Daniel Jones is playing with a
Eh,
fibula, broken fibula?
I didn't. I did not hear about that.
Like, yeah, it did
I'll
that.
look into it later.
Yeah, like
Um,
it. It is wild that uh that kind of explains like why he's not using his like leg as much, and he seems a lot stiffer in the pocket. But even still, it's like
yeah,
you surely you have another quarterback on roster, given that uh Anthony Richardson is on IR, right? You should not be making
yeah.
Indiana Jones play on a broken fibula. But yeah, some of the officiating in this game too was
I don't know, man.
really bad, really bad.
Was it? I again, I don't have Sunday tickets, so I don't really get to watch all the games.
This
I just look at stats and like and I look at. I mainly focus on stats, so I don't really get like the true narrative of games a lot because I don't have Sunday tickets.
yeah,
But
like some of that officiating was, eesh, like, like, yeah, they. I don't know if the Colts were still winning that game, but that officiating was rough, very, very rough. But yeah, you.
Yeah.
I just hope they start.
Moving on, we have. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I just hope they start another quarterback next week, so like Daniel Jones can get like surgery on that fibula or something.
Hmm. Moving on, the Jacksonville Jaguars, which are playing some great football right now, play one of the worst teams I've ever seen be put on the field in the Tennessee Titans. Um, Not a lot to talk about. I mean, it's Titans. I don't see them winning another game at all. I see them finishing 1-16. But Trevor Lawrence playing a good game, 229 passing yards off of 16 completions with 27 tosses um, and 2 touchdowns. Travis Etienne didn't play great, at least rushing wise, um, and nor receiving. Travis Etienne, they kind of actually held Travis Etienne down, but they did not hold Trevor Lawrence down. The passing game really carried them this week. Their receivers combining for 229 yards.
Yeah.
So, great. What?
Uh,
Cowboys do something, bud.
yeah, they just sacked Jared Goff in the near the red zone.
All right. Well,
Sorry.
um, anyway, um, just oh no, you're good. Overall, just a mediocre, but on a in a good way day for the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Titans. To quote Cam Ward, our ass.
We keep it a buck right now. We ass. Somebody needs to save Cam Ward, bro. I've never seen a
We
rookie.
ass.
I've never seen a quarterback need to get out of a situation more than this. You thought the 2020.
I feel like Cam Ward. I feel like Cam Ward is already aging into like he's like having to play like a veteran in his rookie year, and it's like this is aging him like by 20 years every game.
Yeah, you thought the 2022 Panthers were bad? Oh, buddy, you ain't seen nothing
God,
yet.
this team is awful.
It might
It's
be.
horrible.
It's.
It's horrible.
How are you? How is this allowed on an NFL field weekly, bro? This shouldn't even be allowed to be televised in Tennessee. Whatever.
They live like I live. I mean, I live I live in the Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia area, in that tri-state area, and that's all we get are Titans games, and I can't bring myself to watch one.
Ay, ay, ay. Let's just move on to another game.
So anyway,
Let's do Falcons Jets.
yeah,
One sec. I need to
or
put the Tank Bowl
Falcons
theme
Jets.
on. I need to put the Tank Bowl theme on.
Oh, if you'll do that, I'll go full like announcer here. Hold up, I'll
I,
let you play it.
yeah, let me get pulled up on YouTube real quick. This is pathetic. This was
All right.
one of
Well,
the This was one of the most pathetic games I think I've ever seen in my life. I think.
while you pull that up, I will briefly. Huh?
Go ahead and say anything.
While you're doing that, I will. While you're doing that, I will briefly just go over the Miami New Orleans game because it was also somewhat of a tank bowl. Miami defeats the Saints 2017. I literally could not be less moved by this game. Besides Tyler Shaw actually being a semi-decent quarterback this year for just a horrible team.
Yeah.
Tyler Shaw's been the bright spot for the Saints, in my opinion.
I would never, like, seriously, when was the last time a 26-year-old rookie quarterback was good or even half decent? ever. Like it's
I
weird.
don't know, but how old was Nathan Peterman when he was drafted?
Yeah,
Was he like an actual young player? Was he?
I think he was like 24,
I feel like Nathan.
maybe.
Hold up, let me. I'll look it up because Nathan Peter. I don't know because I mean Nathan Peterman wasn't good. I'm saying you don't get a whole lot of like actually old rookies in the NFL anymore. It's all about young and
Yeah, there's always some.
young and
Yeah, there's some.
prosperous.
Yeah, there's some rarities like that one defensive tackle on the Niners who's like 24, 25 right now. Other than that, yeah.
Other than that, and Tyler Shaw, there's not a whole lot to look at with that.
All right, hit the music. Yeah, come on.
And got from $150
Stupid
to $50
ass.
by doing this. My friends laughed at me when I spent $49 on a power.
Hit it.
This game is horrible. I'm looking at it right now. Oh my god, it's just mid. Okay, yeah, I'm good. I know exactly what I mean. We do not plan anything on these podcasts except for our sheets of like stats and crap. Or we don't even refer and like what we're gonna do talk about. But other than that, we go with the flow. I like to think that brings charm.
Yeah.
This is horrible.
Uh,
What?
what? Cowboys and
Okay.
Lions or what?
Do you want?
Oh,
Nothing.
you're
Okay.
you're looking over
So
at Falcons Jets or what?
yeah, I am. Can I talk about this
Yeah,
stats right now?
yeah. I just finished the Tank Bowl theme song.
I don't know if I didn't hear it.
I
It wasn't coming through. Anyway, um,
I did it
the
via the
New York
laptop this
Jets
time.
defeat New York Jets defeat the Atlanta Falcons 27-24. Off of, I mean, you look at the stats, and I actually did watch this game. I was able to get it because it was a Falcons game. I actually like these stats aren't bad for either team. I mean, good, good good receiving game by Adon Adonai Mitchell, decent passing game from Tyrod Taylor on the Jetson. Kirk Suggins throwing for 234. Bijan Robinson having a good performance with 142 yards and one touchdown rushing wise. Kyle Pitts had a good receiving. But when you watched the game, you felt like it was just like it was really just coughing baby versus coughing baby. It was just honestly a sluggish game that like I forced myself to finish it because I was like, this it has to be done, and it eventually ended with a New York Jets game-winning field goal and so not a whole lot to really cover with this game other than coughing baby versus coughing baby.
Yeah, agreed. The the the, the Falcons any other week would have been circus of the week if not for a certain thing we'll get to later. But yeah, this was one of the games of all time. Like this was
Truly one of the games of all time.
yeah. They, I don't even.
Anyway,
Yeah, let's just move on.
yeah,
There's not much to
yeah,
really go
yeah.
over.
There's not a whole lot to cover. Here's another game where there's not a whole lot to cover. The San Francisco 49ers defeat the Cleveland Browns, and I mean, besides the defense and Miles Garrett being Miles Garrett, they didn't do really anything besides another Shadir Sanders su- successful start. I mean, you have him throwing for 149 yards, one touchdown. But I mean, again, the Browns are just the bad side of mid, whereas the 49ers played pretty good. Not they played not great football, but winning football. Low amount of yards for decent levels of scoring. Um, but yeah, George Kittle is still coming. He had
Like,
67 yards, and he's really just um, coming out as what we thought he would be before his injury. And he just I see George Kittle being a pivotal part of this offense like he normally is, just more so now because he's back from injury.
yeah, it, they. I think it's time for the Stefanski era in Detroit to end. Probably a couple years late,
Sure.
but he can't even
See,
trust
that's where I disagree.
he can't even trust his own offense to move the ball right now. So it's uber conservative play calling. It's just overall really just it just seems really rough right now, and like the defense is good, but I know Stefanski can be a good coach, but just I don't know if that's gonna be here in
Yeah,
Cleveland.
yeah. I mean, I agree and I disagree. That's a conversation for another day.
Yeah.
Moving on. Um, said the Carolina Panthers defeat the Los Angeles Rams 31 to 28 in a amazing showing by Bryce Young and Matthew Stafford for picks to pretty much save with quotes save Seattle's chances at winning the NFC West. Um, the Panthers just really capitalized in every sense of the word on their chances to score. I mean, Bryce Young is coming out and playing great football. The Panthers are looking like a playoff team, in my opinion. But the Rams played decent football. I mean, Matthew Stafford had a Matthew Stafford game besides the two interceptions, and he was sacked twice, I believe. But yeah, um, just an overall good game to watch. High offense and decent defense, where the Carolina Panthers pulled it out and defeated the Rams in the um, closing, not the final seconds, but the last few minutes came in and scored a touchdown and were able to stay solid on defense against a good offensive team in the Rams to lock up a great win.
Yeah. One of the might be upset of the year. Uh, really might be.
I would agree with you. I would
Yeah.
agree with you. This and this is this week's version of Texans and Bills last week
Yeah.
or 2 weeks ago.
This,
No, it was last week. Okay, wait, was it? Hold on. Give me one second. No, it was
it
2 weeks ago.
yeah.
Yeah.
One of Stafford's picks wasn't really his fault. It flew off Derek Brown's helmet. But yeah, the other one was bad. And they
Derek Brown. I don't even get me started on him. He's so tough. What a guy. I don't know if you know, but Derek Brown was a stud at Auburn.
uh, there's a reason he went like top 10 in 2020.
Oh, he's so good. Anyway, sorry. What were you saying?
Like somehow the Rams got put behind the eight ball basically immediately, and the Panthers were able to just outpace them just a little bit. That last Derek Brown coming in for that
Oh,
last
yeah.
Derek Brown coming in for that last sack to force the strip sack and allow they could not stop the Panthers on fourth at all. Like every time they tried, it was over and over and over again. Like fourth and short, play action. Let's let Bryce Young chuck it deep, chuck it deep, and oh, what's that? Ted McMillan on a 47-yard touchdown. Like it, they, that's what really it wasn't the interceptions that won Carolina this game. It was the ability to just get those conversions on fourth down where it was over and over and over again. You could not really get a you, for somehow they could not, was one of the best defensive lines of football. They could not even get close to a stop on the fourth down.
I mean, yeah. I mean, again, I'm biased with the Panthers because they played the Rams, also that they have Derek Brown. But they played winning football. They definitely did, thanks to the defense, but also just the explosive offense. Moving on, we have the Seattle Seahawks defeating the Minnesota Vikings 26-0. Not a whole lot to cover here. I mean, Ernest Jones is him. Ernest Jones by himself score or like was a just a shit record for this team. I'm not gonna lie. He had 12 total tackles, 7 solo tackles, 2 passes defense or like I don't know what the stat is, but it's PD. What is that? Is it
Pass
passes?
breakup.
Yeah, passes deflected. Two deflected passes. One 85-yard pick. He had and he had another interception. I mean, the the Vikings pretty much have unlocked their second worst quarterback on the team, and Max Brosmer, who threw 4 picks. It's just the Vikings are sad. Justin Jefferson needs to be helped or released. Save him. Save him.
Brosmer literally. Brosmer literally.
There's not a whole lot to cover.
Yeah. Brosmer literally did that one Will Levis interception. He literally did the one Levis interception where he is just cross-body chucking it, and the other dude runs past him for a pick six. The only thing that's lacking is him on his knees with his hands on his head like, what just happened? This was... There's not even much to go over here. It was just a defensive domination. Probably should have been offensive domination. So it's a little disappointing there, but even still, you got you got the W, and very, very convincingly. So it doesn't really matter at the end of the day.
Anyway, moving on. The Geno Smith era just continues to eat souls in Las Vegas as the Los Angeles Chargers once again defeat the Las Vegas Raiders 31-14. Chargers play good football, and just I mean it's the Raiders. Not a whole lot to cover. Geno Smith throwing his weekly interception or two. Ashton Genty still being mad that he's not allowed to do his Michael Myers stance and that he's being given the ball enough. Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers played a good game. I mean, let's look at these stats here. You have, I mean, they really established a run more so than the pass with a total of 192 yards, and whereas the Raiders were responsible for 156 total yards of offense. That just pretty much says. I mean, this Las Vegas team has one more win than the Titans, and I would argue that they are much worse.
Yeah. Again, this is this is another game that there's not really much to talk about. It was Chargers bell to bell. The only really interesting thing to talk about is another catch of the year contender, of which we honestly had 4 of this week, and this is my favorite for it, is the one Brock Bowers touchdown, where the ball almost hits the ground and he one-hands it. Other than that, it was just pure, utter malicious intent and destruction by the Chargers on Sunday. So, yeah, Bills Steelers. that that was one of the weirdest first halves in football, and then it really went back on track to really how it should have been the entire game. And Buffalo completely humiliated Pittsburgh, and now everybody in Pittsburgh wants Mike Tomlin fired a couple of years too late. And by couple, I mean almost a decade too late. But you know,
But wait, but wait, but wait. He's never had a losing season.
wah, cry me a river. Art Rudy, and he's not leaving.
No.
Art Rudy doesn't have a spine. He's not going to fire him because that costs money. He'd have to pay him to not do anything. And Rex Ryan was almost another clown circus of the week contender because of oh he if Mike Tomlin got fired today he'd find a new job in 2 seconds. Would anybody want Mike Tomlin right now? No, no, they wouldn't. You just get an unprepared team and him bringing just a bunch of old guys year in and year out and just being mediocre. No, this is the Steelers need a complete cleanse, top down, and they're not gonna get it. So, and for a lot of Pittsburgh fans, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to get used to having Tomlin breathing down your neck until the human population just completely dies off.
Death taxes in a Mike Tomlin 9-8 season. I don't really have a whole lot to say on this other than Josh Allen having another mediocre game and being carried by James Cook. Again, just not a lot to cover with this one. Good win for the Bills. But this next game, we're not going to go over it, or we're not going to skip over it. I'm going to sit here, and you're going to listen to me talk about the Denver Broncos for another week.
And
you're going to like it.
Oh no,
you're going to love it. In fact,
I'm gonna let you, and I'm still not, and I'm still gonna have earplugs in listening to Cowboys Lions.
No, you're not. No. You're going to listen to me talk about the Denver Broncos and how they are 10-2.
I'm leaving the
Broncos
room. I'm walking away.
The, no, you're not. Because if you do, of course you're Cowboys fans. They always like to run away. So the Denver Broncos with an easy, blowout win against the Washington Commanders. Winning 27-0. It would no. I will be realistic here. This was a weird game. The Denver Broncos defeating the Washington Redskins 27-26 off of a amazing arm of the Bo Nix saga. It continues as the Commanders lose because of their inability to get the 2-point conversion on the final play of the game. Now, all I'm going to say here is that the Denver Broncos are one of the best teams in the league, and they would 100-0 blow out the Cowboys. But also, the Denver Broncos defense continues to show out for them. They continue to be the reason the Broncos win. And I see that. That's why I think the Denver Broncos are good. I don't think they're very fraudulent. It's because that their defense gives them a way to win. Good teams, like I say every single week we do this show. Good teams find a way to win by any means necessary, and that's what the Broncos did.
That's what you call it. That's what you want to call it. I cannot wait till the wild card or whatever they have, bro. Oh my god, it's gonna be beautiful. Whatever, you got
My
to.
God, if our playoff show is going to be electric. It might go for 2 hours. Like the last one we put out was 2 hours. I don't know how, because you yapped a lot. But anyway, yeah. What do you have to say about this amazing blowout win for the Broncos?
Eh, You are so lucky. They set a blitz there. Nick Benito is single-handedly is like a top 5 edge rusher this year, bro. You let Marcus Mariota drive down on you 3 times in a row.
Hey.
Marcus Mariota. You 2025 Marcus Mariota. And the only reason you won because of a blitz and Marcus and Nick Benito. You are when you get 2020 Steelers and face whoever the equivalent of the 2020 Browns are, do not say what I warned you. Because I will make sure you know I will be rubbing it in your face all year long, bro.
Or at least I'll get to watch my team in the playoffs. Anyway, and by my team I mean the Seahawks, because the Cowboys probably won't make it. Anyway, the Monday Night Football New England Patriots win their how manyth game in a row? Let me check.
Uh, at,
Standings, New
at
England. They've won 10 in a row. They have not lost in over 3 months. The New England Patriots are 11-2, beating a below average Giants team. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot to talk about here. Drake May is still Drake May. Travion Henderson had 67 yards, still being the head back in that running back room. But I mean, I'm honestly ready to. I still think the Patriots are a top team, but I'm ready for the Patriots to play another real team, and just so we can see that they are truly who they are. And funny enough, that the last real team they play is this coming week, the Buffalo Bills. So we'll see how that shakes out.
yeah. Again, here's a circus of the week. Uh, Young Wei Koo on a field goal attempt jams his foot into the crowd. I've never seen that before. If I immediately go to that, that shows how little there is to talk about. You may have fired Shane Bowen, but you can take the man out of New Jersey, but you can't take New Jersey out of the man. That defense is still awful. This team is just bad. It is. Oh my God. Oh, best D line in football certainly doesn't matter when you can't stop anything else.
Yeah, but that was this past week. Give us your thoughts on any of our takes. Um, but yeah, this week, um, this past week was pretty good. So, moving on, we're going to go to, as we normally do, our college talk. I have a lot to talk about Auburn football, so do you have anything to cover about Oklahoma, especially with the playoffs nearing?
We're going to the playoffs. We're going to the playoffs. I don't care. We didn't drop what after we beat the. We didn't drop after we only beat Mizzou 17-6. We ain't dropping this week. We're making the playoffs, baby. Woo!
You still cheated against us. Anyway, the Auburn Tigers officially hire Alex Golish as their head coach. And the more I look at this, the more I am completely ecstatic that I was wrong. Um, Golish is already seeming like a uh, a amazing candidate, a like a D1 candidate for this job, the best candidate for this job. He knows what the Auburn family wants. He knows that we want to win a soon as possible. and that's what he's doing. We started as as the number 78th recruiting class. We are now the 38th. We are 33rd or 38th. We've risen over 40 more spots. Um, I truly believe that this Auburn football team can continue to improve and just um, maybe even win 8 or more games next year. In other news, Kansas State officially opts out of their bowl game. This is breaking news. Not breaking, but at this time, during this recording, it's breaking news. Kansas State will opt out of their bowl game, and it's looking like either Auburn or Florida State will receive the go ahead or receive the invitation. So my thing is, do we accept the invitation? I think I think there's a good reason to say yes and a good reason to say no. A good reason to say yes is to see what an early look at Alex Golesh could be, but also no would be good because we can't rush this right now. Let's stay off and just keep the season finished. Um, I don't know, but I will obviously keep as a Auburn centered account on Twitter. I will obviously be keeping myself and the people updated. My sources are still out on the jury's still out on it. Um, I wish I could talk about Auburn more. Maybe I'd do my own show. I don't know, but I wish I could talk about this more. But that's really it. Moving on, we have our power rankings. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and go over your power rankings.
Yeah, go get something to eat. All right.
Yeah, I am. I'm starving.
All right. Number 10 for my week 13 power rankings. You are lucky I'm benevolent and still will keep you up here merely because you're leading the division, Philly. Other than that, you ain't top 10. You ain't. Especially after the last couple games, you choked 21 nothing and you let over 250 rushing yards to the Bears and should have lost worse to Chicago. You you Kevin Patullo, I'm so thankful you exist. I want you to stay offensive coordinator for Philly. Heck, even because I want you to be the head coach of Philadelphia next year when they fire Nick Sirianni. They bring you in because Howie Roseman's a dumbass. Because maybe Howie Roseman becomes a dumbass or something. But you legit, if the Cowboys currently down 10-3 against the Lions right now, but if the Cowboys can come back and win this game, and you get humiliated against the Chargers, guess who's only a game back of that division? Guess who's only a game back? And guess who plays the Vikings next week if they do beat Detroit? That the team that a good old team named the Dallas Cowboys. And oh boy, you better hope to God you don't lose this, bro. You are just, and it is so weird. You should be much better than this, but you aren't, because Nick Sirianni cannot evaluate coaching to save his life. Number 9, you dropped a spot only because a certain team from Detroit dropped so far, but that's Jacksonville. You came into Tennessee and just manhandled them, and Trevor Lawrence finally didn't look completely out of sorts for once. Yeah, the running game was not there. Didn't need to be because they could not stop Trevor Lawrence to save their lives. Then again, the Tennessee Titans, there's not many expectations had needed to be had there. Defense is still good. Need to keep winning. I think if you win at least the next three of your next 5, you're probably in the playoffs. And yeah, we shall see what happens. We shall see what happens with good old Jacksonville. Number 8, A team that is currently playing against my Dallas Cowboys right now, the Detroit Lions. You were a victim once again of Toyota Thon Jordan Love. You were a victim of Toyota Thon Jordan Love. Again, you struggled to run against above average interior defensive line play. Jared Goff got pressured and hit a lot, and he was, and even if you just look at the box score, he was not spectacular. Even if you just only look at it, if you watch the full game, he was far from anything. But at least Jameson Williams, if Amon Ra does eventually go down at some points in the season, he will be. He showed he can be your wide receiver one, which is what you want in a wide receiver too. And why they did pay him, but you are you need you need to win this game against Dallas. If you don't, you really, really might not. You really are going to need a miracle to make the playoffs. Number 7, the surging Houston Texans, baby. The surging Houston Texans. C.J. Stroud had a good game outside that interception and no touchdowns on Sunday. Even if the box score says he was kind of mid, he was able to move the ball up and down the field. A lot the couple running backs were able to score a couple tutties. Yes, it was some interesting officiating, but even still, y'all y'all might be winning the division. I have y'all winning the division right now. My take for which earlier this season looked so well of Houston being a underdog top 5 pick selection in the upcoming draft is slowly and definitely surely gone to the wayside, and you might be able to win the division for the third time in a row, which I don't think you've ever done in your franchise's history. Do that, I believe, and y'all are just good. Y'all are good. I hope that you are able to find an offensive coordinator that can harness all that offensive talent you have. But for right now, the good old Houston Texans, good luck. Seattle is number 6. They have not moved again. You made Max Brummer turn into Will Levis with your defense. He literally became Will Levis. And as I said, the only thing that was lacking is him with the hands on top of his head and on his knees. Your offense for the second week in a row wasn't fantastic. Didn't need to be. Probably still should have won more better than you did, but it doesn't matter. You're still a very good team. That defense is incredible, and you are. And as long as Sam Darnold doesn't completely do anything stupid in the playoffs, y'all are a very dangerous team. Number 5, welcome back, Buffalo. Buffalo, Buffalo, Buffalo. You came into Pittsburgh. The first half was ugly, but that second half, while Josh Allen did have the greatest game, you complete you ran for the most yards on a Steelers defense since the 1970s. That defense looked solid, including starting the second half with a forced fumble, strip sack, return for a touchdown, and that just started the initial momentum of the Steelers coming falling down flat on their face and revealing to and making most Steelers fans feel how you're getting treated back in 2018 with Days of Our Steelers. Thank you, Buffalo. You're top 5 for that and that alone. Number 4, uh, I guess Denver's still here. You don't deserve to be. I'm still waiting for that collapse of yours. It ain't happening yet. You are so bad on offense. Your defense is insanely good, but when your offense is like EPA is worse than the Pittsburgh Steelers back in 2020, you you are even more fraudulent than them, and I'm just waiting for it to happen. Number 3, duh, Bears, duh, Bears, duh, Bears. You literally made Philadelphia complete. You, I don't know if Nick Sirianni and Nick Petula were able to escape Philadelphia without a few scratches and bruises with how bad you absolutely humiliated them on Black Friday. That rushing game was incredible for y'all. While you weren't, the Caleb was inconsistent again. Y'all should not have thrown it 36 times. I just hope that Caleb can eventually get the accuracy down in some of this stuff. But even still, as long as Caleb continues to play winning football, minimizing turnovers, and just makes enough good plays to win you football games, along with the defense being slowly becoming solid the last couple of weeks, y'all are very dangerous team. Y'all are very, very dangerous. Number two, you made Young Wei Koo jab his foot into the ground on a field goal attempt. The New England Patriots. There's not much to say. You're the one seed in the AFC. Oh, there's literally not much to say here. You you're while I still am skeptical if if y'all are gonna be able to make a deep playoff run. Just a little, maybe a little bit too young for my opinion for y'all to go deep. Maybe I'm wrong, but New England, y'all are still number two. Y'all been for many weeks. Maybe y'all believe y'all should be number one over the team that got beat by the Panthers, but that's just another one of the weird weeks of yeah, this Carolina is the NFC Jacksonville Jaguars. And number one, if it isn't obvious enough already, it is the Los Angeles Rams. It is the Los Angeles Rams.
That lost, by the way. They lost. They lost. They lost. They lost. And you still rank them number one.
Yeah. Oh no, they faced the Panthers on a good day for the Panthers. I'm so mad. Mad 'cause bad, mad 'cause bad, mad 'cause bad, mad 'cause bad. Yeah, seriously though. Yes, they did lose on Sunday. I still think they're the best, most complete team in football. Matt Stafford finally had an off game, which he does not have many of at all this season, and I doubt it'll happen at many, if not more, if any more again. Maybe he has un, maybe he has a below average game compared to his standards, but even still, he wasn't god awful on Sunday. He wasn't good, but he still wasn't bad. He also got one of the best defenses in football, one of the best offenses in football. Still think y'all got the one seed on hand. And no matter what my co-host says, y'all still lost after after Sam Darnold threw 4 interceptions. So take that. There.
Hush. Well, I guess it's my turn
Yep.
to rank my team. Not very happy with how you ended that. Anyway, my power rankings are very similar, but also some differences. At number 10, I have the Indianapolis Colts. I just feel like they are on the, they're falling, but I truly believe that they can pick it up. I think that if they, I think that if they can get that running game established more often, or not more often, back to how they were, they could do dangerous things to the league. But again, with that Indianapolis or with that Indiana Jones injury, don't know if the Colts can hang on like they have been. But right now, I still think they're a top 10 team. Yeah. Number 9, the Eagles. Hey man, I don't know if you know it, but I think DeAndre Swift just ran for another touchdown. By the way, while we're recording this, because they got dismantled. I'm going to be honest, just utterly and completely dismantled, and they're lucky that they didn't lose by 30. But I also believe that they are a top 10 team, top 9 team. I believe that they are still a good football team. I believe that the Bears were just dominating them, and that the Bears are just better. The Eagles, Jalen Hurts still has to, I feel like, learn how to win the game completely by himself and not use the help of an offensive line. I just feel like he and his receivers need to get back to how they were like last year. I think that if you can just get everybody on board on the same page, that the Eagles can easily go back to a Super Bowl. But it's going to take a lot of locker room problem solving. Number 8, Jaguars. I mean, for all the same reasons you had. I mean, normally Trevor Lawrence is going to Trevor Lawrence, but Trevor Lawrence did not, in fact, Trevor Lawrence, and Trevor Lawrence actually played like a good game. I just said Trevor Lawrence a lot. I feel it's like I said last week, you got to fix up that interception problem. You're going to have to learn to be efficient with your passing, and that's what he did, and that's what happens when you do. You win games. So that's why they're great. Number 7, I have the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions are honestly, I'm not very worried about them. I'm not very worried about them at all. But they did go against a good Packers team, and the Packers are actually on my power rankings this week. I just feel like if you can't get the running game established, you're gonna fall out of my rankings very quickly. Because if you can't get Sonic and Knuckles going, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing the Lions can do to completely win the game just on Jared Goff's arm. He used to be able to do that, but again, throughout his whole career, he's always needed a good running game, and the Lions have that. But when it's not on, Jared Goff I don't think is even confident in himself to win a game just on his arm. Number 6, Green Bay. Green Bay Packers. They're 8-3-1. Playing great football. Josh Jacobs is playing good football, one of the better backs in the league right now. But I feel like this is more of a pre-fire for me because I feel like the Green Bay Packers are about to go off these next few weeks just because of it's Toyotathon. And as someone who drives a Toyota, it's always Toyotathon. I truly believe that Green Bay can bust out as a top NFC candidate for NFC Championship contender, but it's going to take some more winning games and for Jordan Love to play like this until February if they make it that far. Number 5, I just realized I have 3 NFC North teams on my team. They might be one of the best in the league, one of the best divisions, if not the best. Moving on, I have the Bears at number 5. I am a Bears supporter. This man knows I am, and I completely am confident in the Chicago Bears right now. I don't even need to talk about it, because next week when they win again, wait, who do they play this week? Hold up. Imagine they play this week. I think they play a good team, but I don't truly remember.
They play the Packers.
Oh, so the Bears could go top They beat the Packers. Anyway, we'll get to that in a little bit with our predictions. But the Bears are playing good football. Caleb Williams just has to do what Trevor Lawrence did and fix that interception problem. Um, play efficient football. Get like in basketball, ethical buckets. Play an ethical game of football. Number four, I still think I still think um, the Seattle Seahawks are the top five team in the league. I believe that they are very capable of winning the NFC West, winning the NFC, and winning a Super Bowl. But it's going to take again ethical football from Sam Darnold the rest of the year. It's going to take that. And that's really all I have to say. That and establish the. I feel like I've been saying this a lot. I sound like my grandpa. Establish the running game. Run the dang ball. If you've ever seen The Blind Side, um, you've got to run the dang ball better, but you've also got to pass the dang ball better. Because this defense is generational, but it's not going to win you your ball game by itself come playoff time. Number three, I have Bo Nix, and the Denver Broncos. This defense is still playing lights out. This offense is playing well enough to win whoever they face. I'm a Broncos supporter. I'm riding with them right now. I mean, that's really all there is to it. The entire team is playing ethical football. But the thing is, there's going to be heart attacks on the way. There's going to be high blood pressure. You know what? No, I'm changing my rankings on the fly. Number two, I have the Los Angeles Rams. The Los Angeles Rams by number one, but they lost. They don't deserve to be number one. That's for wins only. Um, the Los Angeles Rams played a buzzsaw, and on Sunday, I feel like just for that game, the Panthers were a buzzsaw. They played great football. Bryce Young is showing out. They're on fire right now, and I think the Panthers could be a playoff team. I'm not going to put them in my rankings just yet, but if they win this week, I will. Um, but Matthew Stafford is Matthew Stafford. Besides those two picks, um, but yeah, I truly feel like the Rams can pick this back up, although I hope they don't. Number one, the team with a double-digit win streak, haven't lost in over 3 months. Drake, Drake May, and the New England Patriots. Mike Vrabel is showing out to be one of the best, if not the best coach in the NFL. You see the love he has for his players. You see the relationship he has with his players. He waits outside the locker room for every single one of his players to go, and he hugs all of them, shakes their hand. It's an amazing atmosphere in Foxborough right now, and I can't wait to see what this Patriots team does. If this Patriots team won the Super Bowl, it would be the only time in my life I was not mad at that at the Patriots winning the Super Bowl. They're a fun team to watch right now and a fun team to root for. So yeah, my rankings once again are Colts at 10, Eagles at 9, Jaguars at 8, Lions at 7, Green Bay at 6, Bears at 5, Seahawks at 4, Broncos at 3, Rams at 2, and Patriots at 1.
And my rankings go Philly at 10, Jacksonville at 9, Detroit at 8, Houston at 7, Seahawks at 6, Bills at 5, Broncos at 4, Bears at 3, Pats at 2, Rams at 1. And that's what it means. Me bringing back up the first game between y'all is for saying the Cowboys ain't making the playoffs. And I'll bring it up each time you dare to utter such devious words.
Anyway, predictions. We move on to our predictions for Week 14 of the NFL. I actually did not put my prediction in for the Cowboys and Lions game on this right now, but I just feel like the Cowboys can pull it out, so I'm gonna say that I picked the Cowboys. Um, I'm just gonna give my predictions, and then you can give yours.
Yeah.
I have the Seahawks over the Falcons. not much to say there. You have the generational tank bowl between the Titans and the Browns. I have the Browns winning it. I have Shadur Sanders passing for over 250 passing yards. The Washington Commanders over the Minnesota Vikings. The Dolphins over the Jets. The Buccaneers over the Saints. Now I have a game to talk about. I have the Jaguars over the Colts. I just feel like the Jaguars are playing better football right now and will continue to do so, especially with that Daniel Jones injury. I think the Jaguars are more panned out this late in the season. Baltimore Ravens versus Pittsburgh Steelers. I have the Steelers. They just need to come together as a team and play some dang football because, man, they're not playing very great right now. I have the Bengals over the Bills. That is my upset of the week. They Bills are not playing great football right now. As you can see, they were not even in my ranking. I just don't know about the Bills right now. I just don't know about them. I have the Denver Broncos over the Raiders. Here's a chance for me to slow down and say, as a wise man once said, LeBron, we're okay. Ben Simmons is here. Well, I'm here to say, NFL, it's okay. The Chicago Bears are here. I have the Bears over the Packers. I have the Rams over the Cardinals, the Texans over the Chiefs, the Eagles over the Chargers. And I think this is going to be a pretty eventful week of football. I'm honestly just don't have a lot to cover on any of these games because I feel like they could go either way.
Yeah. I wish my picks would load, but stupid ESPN Fantasy is being a jerk right now, to say the least. Come on. Please, I don't need this to run over an hour and a half or 2 hours again just because you don't want to load up. Oy, oy, oy. Come on. Oh. I'm sorry, this is taking so long. The stupid app isn't wanting to load.
Yeah, it is.
I'm having to watch Cowboys Lions via less than sanctioned methods, and it's slowing down my phone when I'm trying to boot up ESPN at the same time.
Less than sanctioned methods.
Yep.
Are you perhaps insinuating that you are pirating this game?
Maybe, maybe not. AKA every single time I watch.
Certainly not.
AKA every single time I watch Thursday and Monday night football.
You wouldn't do that, would you?
Oh, never, never at all.
Mondays on ESPN. Do you not have cable? ESP or Mondays on ESPN?
I have Dish. I don't have the sports package. I have what's on ABC.
Oh. Do you not get like Sunday night where that's on NBC?
Oh, I have that. That you don't have to worry about that. Please tell me Ferg was down, please.
Imagine having Dish in the big 2025. I'm relatively excited for your rant. I will let you say what it is, but I will say it is on one controversial man in the world of college football right now.
Finally, they're finally getting there. Good God.
Might just have to quickly go through yours like I did mine.
Yeah.
But I think by the way, both of us had the same picks. Last week we both went 11-5.
Yeah. He is 120 and 60. I'm 119 and 61, just a game behind him. Oh, yes.
What can I say? I know ball.
Yeah, no ball too. What the hell? Okay. Yay, my picks are finally
That was loud. I hope that didn't go through.
What?
Oh, something fell off my table. I hope that didn't go through the microphone.
I didn't hear anything. I think you're good. Okay, so I do have Dallas over Detroit. I was never picking them. I have Seattle over Atlanta, Cleveland over Tennessee, Minnesota over Washington, Miami over New Jersey, Tampa over the Saints. Uh, I picked Jacksonville over the Colts, but not for the reason you said. The Colts have not won in Jacksonville since Obama was still in office. They have not won in Jacksonville since before the existence of TikTok. They have not won there before the fidget spinner craze.
The last time they won. Oh my God! Before the fidget spinner is crazy.
That is how long it's been that they won when GTA 5 was still probably the #1 thing on YouTube. They won in the year Markiplier started probably getting really popular. So I'm never not that is I'm not picking Jacksonville over. I'm never picking Indianapolis over Jacksonville in Jacksonville until further notice. I also do have Pitt.
They haven't won in Jacksonville. They haven't won in Jacksonville since the T-Series PewDiePie stuff was going on.
I do also have Pittsburgh over Baltimore. I do also have Cincy over Buffalo. Denver over Vegas. Bears over Packers. Rams over Cards. Chiefs over Houston. And Chargers over Philadelphia. So, pretty similar picks. Again, maybe a couple are different, but yeah. Again, we do not. I will keep repeating this. We do not tell each other's picks before the game or before the stream or recording. So we are not trying to match up at all. It's just coming by on coincidence. Come on.
Oh yeah.
Tackle. Oh my God.
So moving on to your. Yeah. Moving on, we have our last segment, as we always do, your weekly rant, or the weekly rant, and this week will be you.
There were a bunch of funny ones that really could have been here. I've said a few, but there was only one real option here. Real option. Oh, Mr. Lane Kiffin, you are absolutely pathetic, bro. You are a joke to the umpteenth degree. Like, good God. What the hell? You, he's playing, he's a coach on this, he's pulling the same stuff I do in godforsaken NCAA 25, where I hop from team to team over and over again. Like that's what I do in NCAA 25, but instead he's just completely leaving them out to dry. It's pathetic. You are pathetic, Mr. Kiffin. You did this to Tennessee, then you did it to Florida Atlantic. You did now it's Ole Miss, and it's the worst one yet. It, I I want you to go over this too and give your opinions on this. This is one of the most absolutely pathetic excuses for a head coach I think I've seen. Because how can I ever trust a guy who's just gonna leave for a higher paycheck to be my head coach? He's not. It's so pathetic. I've never seen something just. Oh my god. Yeah. If you would give some opinions on this, it's. Oy, oy, oy.
I my thing is more. All right, so I equate this to me playing when I was really big on Retro Bowl and Retro Bowl College, trying to win a national championship with every major and minor team. Um, it's like the thing is I don't know why you'd leave. You've built Ole Miss into a powerhouse. They're a playoff team with Trinidad Chapel. What is he, a freshman?
Champ.
And you're in the playoffs.
No, he was an FCS
And you're in the
quarterback
playoffs.
last year, I think. He was an FCS QB.
Oh, sorry. FCS. You turned an FCS quarterback into a potential contender and the quarterback of a potential contender, and you want to leave and rebuild again. It's it's like a bar rescue, but college football. I mean, you just I don't get it. I don't get it. Money. This is the greed they talk about in the Bible, because like the greed it takes to leave the team that you built in Ole Miss and to go to Louisiana State University. I don't know what he thinks he can do to Garrett Newsemeyer, but it better be wonders to justify this, and it is going to be very hard and very, very long until I think you could be able to justify this.
Isn't Nussmeier's like eligibility out after this year though? It is like, isn't
I
it?
actually don't know. Allow me to check. Allow me to check. Okay. Yes, he is a senior. No, he's done. He's played 5 years of football.
He's legitimately he. So what? Is there a freshman come in? I don't think so. I don't know where they sit on the recruiting board.
Oh my God. Okay.
I I'm sorry. I don't know where to check
I'll look
these
it up.
things.
I got it. This is why I'm here. I'm a big stats guy.
I don't.
But yeah. I wish we could do a college football show. I wish we could do a college football show because there's a good bit to talk about. But LSU has the 11th recruiting class, which is actually pretty good. They
Yeah.
have 2 5 stars. Both are looking like defensive linemen, and their highest rated quarterback recruit that is signed right now. I don't know if they have anyone signed. They don't have signed. Um, let me look at their oh no, this is commits. Let me hold up. They don't have. I
Yeah,
can't see.
PI.
Hold up. Don't tell me.
Do they not have
Don't tell me.
anybody?
No.
You're so
I was making sure. No, wait. Let me break the news. I was looking at to see if they have any, like, literally any quarterbacks. Um, hold up. There's no way. Let me see offers. Let me look at offers. But as of now, they currently have zero quarterbacks signed or committed to the University of Louisiana State.
They're gonna have to convert a running back, bro. They're gonna have to convert a running back or something. That's so funny. That's actually so.
But they do have fresh. They do have Colin Hurley. Like, they have quarterbacks on their depth chart, but it's going to be. I honestly feel like what really invalidates this whole thing for him, for Lane, the most, is that he's going to have to rebuild. Like, when you were already in the late stages of a rebuild.
Yeah. The, this if like the past couple of times of just telling other teams to screw off, just doing that, it is you can never recover from that at this point. Like, if you leave a team that is going to make the playoffs regardless of what happens, what says you don't leave somebody after you win them a national title? What says to somebody that if you just go 0-12 this next season, you you just can't do anything.
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, like if you just go 0-12, somehow go
I
0-12, you
would
just
say
leave
that
them
they're
to.
going to go 0-12.
I'm not saying they are, but if they somehow do, you just go leave them to rot. Like, what about this is no. You cannot. If you do not stay long term at LSU, is anybody else going to hire you if you just want to leave because of a higher paycheck? I don't think so. Like, this is one of the most just pathetic and desperate and greedy situations. And did you hear that? If all my offensive coaches don't get on the plane, they can be left at Ole Miss or something. What like, right? That was something.
I
Uh oh. Uh oh. Not good. Wait, no. No, 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 no. I I'm sorry, everybody. I accidentally hit escape on Discord. Oh my god, no. Load use flow laptop load. Oh my god. Uh, like, yeah. Dude, Lane Kiffin, you just suck. Like, ay, ay, ay. Literally any other school. You could have went to any other school, but no. You had to choose little old LSU, and you shouldn't have because you just put a team in the god-forsaken playoffs. I'm so sorry I accidentally hit escape on my computer.
Oh my god. So I don't. Okay, I did the outro. We can keep talking, but I did the outro. Were you still recording?
No, I hit it closed Discord when I accidentally hit escape. It did not catch a second of that. I'm so
So
sorry.
how is this? So is it recording now, or is
It's
it
still
just ending
recording. It's
there?
still recording, but it just didn't
Oh,
catch
okay.
any of what
Well,
you
I didn't get
said.
any of the outro, so that's good.
Yeah. Again,
Okay, okay,
again, I'm
okay.
sorry
Anyway,
about that.
no, you're good. You're good. Um, but yeah, um, a whole lot to talk about on it, or the whole. We've pretty much covered this good so far. Lane Kiffin, you scumbag. But is that gonna do it all for you?
Yeah. Again, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for my little goof there.
No, you're good. Um, I'll just say again what I said when I thought you were still recording. It's been really fun and kind of a dream for me and my co-host lately to do this show for you. Um, and I just we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We thank you, and I know we may not be talking to anyone. I don't know how many views we get, but it's not about that. It's about how much fun we have doing it. Um, I'm your Wardang Sports with my co-host Prescott Season. God bless you. Be safe, and thank you for listening to the 12s and Stars Sports Talk podcast. Good night.
Good night, and enjoy Thursday football. I'm currently